Hey, what's going on, guys? So this is P0 back at it again here with another CRT. And this one also is another eBay CRT that I just bought. I already unboxed it because, the past two videos I showed the unboxing, but I figured, you know what? You guys have already had enough unboxings. So I just took it out of the package immediately and set it up. So I haven't turned on this thing yet. This is going to be the first time we're going to see this together to see how this came out. But this monitor in particular, as you can also see, it is a Sony. Now, this particular one is not a Sony PVM. It is actually a Sony SSM, specifically the 14N1U security monitor. Now, some of the differences between the security monitor and the PVM variant, there's not really that much from what I can tell, but I'm going to try to probably dig into the internals sometime soon with this particular one, just because this one was advertised with an issue that we'll get into in a little bit. It also is a bit cosmetically flawed, so like for example right here, there's a bit of a ding. As you can see, it doesn't really line up anymore with the bezel, so I'm going to have to fix that. And also on the bottom, you can't see it now because it's standing, but two of the front plastic feet are actually kind of broken and sunk in. But like I said, I haven't turned on this CRT yet, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it set up, we're going to turn it on, we're going to take a look and see how it looks on 240p Test Suite. I'll go over a little bit of why I bought this and also what the problems are, and then, yeah, let's hope that it goes well. Alright, so I just got it started up, fired up right away, and surprisingly enough, it looks good. In fact, I don't actually see the white line defect that this CRT had earlier. So what I mean by that, and I'll go ahead and shut this off to show you. So as you can see right now, it's a blank screen. But in the pictures, when you turn it on, there was a white vertical line that would go down the right side of the screen. However, it looks like it's no longer there. So either it fixed itself in transit, or I don't know. It was clearly there in the pictures when I bought it. So that's a good sign. Let me go ahead and turn this back on again. And one other thing I did want to note is back here. So with the Sony SSM, what you get is only one input per se. It's one input line, but you essentially get composite or S-video, both in and out. Same with audio, mono audio. Oh, and also back here too, let me go ahead and show you the sticker right there. So this is a tube assembled in November 1996. And that's the model number, SSM-14N1U. But overall, it's looking pretty good. It does need a little bit of adjustments. Likely, it's not actually necessary. It's probably just the fact that the contrast is so high. What'll happen is it will distort the edges a little bit, just like so. As you can see, it's a bit wavy. But let's go ahead and go straight into probably... Let's see here. Monoscope. So yeah, monoscope pattern. It does look a little bit blurry, and like I said, I think that is due to the contrast being so high. Likely the screen is bloomed out a little bit. But geometry-wise, it's not too bad. I could use a little bit of adjustments on both of these sides here, and maybe a little bit down on the bottom. But I'm kind of surprised, I'll be honest with you. This is surprisingly good. And here I'll show you in grid as well, just to get a good idea of how it looks. Linearity-wise, it looks really solid. It actually looks kind of like my old PVM-14N1U with the way this is curved inward a little bit. So these tubes are a little weird. They're not perfectly straight down. They're actually kind of curved inward a little bit on the sides. But they're not bowed in. They're not like this. They're actually like 3D kind of depth-wise. I don't really know how to explain it too well. But it's still pretty cool nonetheless. It works just the same as my PVM. And being from 1996, my 1953 MD was from 95. I think it was also December as well. So it was right around the same time period as this SSM. But yeah, so far that looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the menu down here. And I'm probably going to adjust all these. So as you can see, well, as you can barely see, contrast is set to 99. Let me see if I can get a good viewing of that. So yeah, contrast is set to 99. Brightness is really low. From the color bars, you might be able to pertain that. Chroma and phase, I'm not really sure what phase does. I got to double check that again, but yeah, I'll go ahead and get this adjusted, and I'll set up a game and show you how it looks like. Alright guys, so I'm back. I just adjusted some of the settings for the Sony SSM, and surprisingly enough, it looks pretty good. I don't think it's going to capture very well in the picture here, but because this doesn't have any red push, it's a little... I gotta get it back adjusted to it again because the red's not as hot as normal. But one thing that there is that I can't really change, nor do I know... I gotta figure out if I can change it via... So let's say if there's a service menu in here or something, the sharpness is a little too high. And unfortunately, in the menu settings here, there is no sharpness setting, even on the next page here. So if we go down to the next page, there's just previous page, color select, display, language, user memory. So, I gotta figure that out, but otherwise, the tube is surprisingly good. It is pretty sharp. Here, I'll try to get zoomed in. There we go. So, it's good. I'm kind of impressed by it. The speaker is really quiet, though, even though I have it turned up a little bit, so who knows about that, but whatever. It doesn't really bother me too much. All that really was concerning for me was just making sure that this tube worked and worked well. Like I said, I got to fix some of the cosmetic defects on it, and I got to figure out the sharpness. But once I do, there we go. Everything should be good. So thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. If you want to see more on this Sony SSM-14N1U and seeing if I can even open this case up, because I did see that there are rivets on the back, feel free to leave a comment. Let me know if you have one of these or if you have a PVM-14N1U, which is its brother. And yeah, thank you so much again. I'll see you in the next video.